Originally, like booze and weed kind of comforted me. And then about the time I turned 15, I was introduced to a drug that I didn't know what it was. And I smoked it, and it was methamphetamine.
I was about 12 years old when I started using meth. When I was 21 years old, I sold drugs 2 times to an undercover police officer.
Living in boarding school at a young age was very different and difficult, and that's what led me to alcohol at a young age. I was only 13 years old when I first got introduced to alcohol, and I liked it.
I got on the catch and release program, from Maricopa County to Coconino County. And eventually, I got what I describe as a second chance at a second life. I got a recovery court plea.
So I got on probation in April 2018. I was sentenced to 3 years of intensive probation.
I had 2 surveillance officers, and I got a lot of treatment. I needed a lot of treatment.
Probation changed my life.
I just think probation's really misunderstood. Like, people don't really know what probation is.
Probation is a diversion from prison. Instead of being sentenced to prison for a crime, they are sentenced instead to supervised release, given terms and conditions to follow.
What it is it's almost as if law enforcement and behavioral health had this perfect baby.
There's obviously different ways you can keep the community safe. Some people, unfortunately, do have to be incarcerated, but a large majority of them just don't have the opportunities. No one taught them the right tools in life.
Some people don't have that foundation behind them, so now they're an adult and they've never been shown the right way to do anything.
Maybe parents who are in and out of prison, parents who have a history of substance abuse. A lot of these teenagers have been trafficked because of just their upbringing. These kids who have been in and out of the foster care system.
Not knowing how to navigate the world is challenging. So being guided in a way that is, again, like compassionate, but not lacking of accountability is important for any human being. And in the end, I found connection and community.
If you don't get to the core of what hurt you, you will bleed on people who didn't cut you. And that's kind of what all of this is. It's both worlds where we are taking what the court wants and what needs to happen for the person and healing from the inside out.
We're also an extension of the court. We are responsible for holding people accountable to their conditions of probation that they sign when they're sentenced with the judge. So we have to make sure that we are addressing any violations that someone commits while they're on probation.
Sure, we want people that we're afraid of to be behind bars. But people who have families in this community and can hold a job and can contribute, we want them to stay in this community.
Through prison, it's just being warehoused and shoved away for an amount of time, and then, okay, good luck picking back up where you left off.
Probation is an opportunity to help people keep their jobs, contribute to the whole economical system, and also take accountability if they need to pay back a victim, if they owe victim restitution.
I was ordered to go do community service at the Family Food Center, and I was upset, right? And it wasn't until we got to the serving portion where they opened the doors, where, I get to see people that I grew up with and families that I grew up with, asking for food. And I just realized that, my role here on this earth is to help out.
It cost a fortune to house a person in detention. So it saves the state a ton of money. I can, supervise 35 probationers at a fraction of the cost that you can to detain 35 probationers.
I always thought that I was somebody that just didn't deserve to live a good life, or I just couldn't go to school, or I couldn't get a good job.
Because in the past, I was numb due to alcohol and drugs. The only feeling I really had was just pain and suffering and hateful. But as you sober up, you get these feelings again.
I was so attached to the lifestyle of the abuse, to the substances, and I couldn't see my way out. And probation really helped me find the light at the end of the tunnel.
No one day is the same. If all goes according to script, it's meeting with clients, it's talking to clients, it's talking to and contacting their treatment agencies to check in and see how they're doing.
We are the second largest county in the country, Coconino County. And so we're going to rural parts all the time. We've got radios, but there's not a guarantee that you're always going to have reception out there. So it can be dangerous.
When I first got placed on probation, I felt that I was being attacked. And what I mean by that is I was continually being checked on, questioned where I was.
I mean, I have some probationers I have to see up to 16 times a month. I always say I'm almost like that unwanted uncle that shows up unexpectedly all the time, so.
You have to deal with people at the lowest points in their lives.
And you gotta have tough skin. I've been called everything under the sun.
I later learned that the probation department cares, that the probation department was able to be there for me when I didn't know how to be there for myself and hold me accountable.
So much of this is just being human and knowing when somebody needs that help or needs that push and being available.
Right now, it's very tough to find people to go into this field.
We've got a lot of people who are in this line of work because they care about their clients, they care about what they can do for the community here.
I have seen families, I've seen kids change dramatically, and that's, getting them in services, wrapping them in with behavioral health.
Jeez, I'm getting choked up thinking about this now. One of the things I always remember is one of my clients' kids coming and telling me, hey, thank you for helping bring my mom back.
I would not be at this job and career for as long as I've been if I did not believe in the work that we were doing across the state for probation.
Probation is a fundamental service to this system. Without it, we will only have people continue to go back into prisons, back into the street, back into prisons, back into the street, and that's not a solution. Each community member's life matters. We are not just a aggravated DUI or a sales charge. And if we work towards making each community member just a little bit healthier, well, then we have healthier communities. And in turn, we have safe communities.